This large housing construction site might be considered an eyesore in other American cities, but in Detroit, it's a symbol of rebirth. Brush Park near downtown Detroit is one of the areas coming to life again. For example, the chair of this area's development corporation says 10 years ago, the area was full of dilapidated buildings. Now, a rehabbed Victorian mansion here can be sold for as much as $3.5 million.
We have a new mayor. We have a lot of investors. We had a lot of vacant land that wasn't overly priced. We have a lot of eager people wanting to develop and bring back some life to Detroit. And it's been exciting. It's been very exciting.
While some Victorian mansions still need work, signs of progress are all around. Check out this beautifully remodeled home. And all this activity brings in much needed people. Keep in mind, this neighborhood is within walking distance of the Detroit Tigers' Comerica Park and the Lions' Ford Field.
People that were afraid to go downtown Detroit before now live down there. It's almost starting to become the place to be. You know, it's going to take a while before it's fully revived. But yeah, right now, you know, you go down and you try to buy a loft down there, you're going to pay top dollar.
John Eckerly of Vision Realty Centers believes Detroit is definitely in comeback mode, a welcomed relief from the 2013 bankruptcy.
It was scary. I noticed that a lot of people followed suit. Myself, I had worked with a lot of builders and developers, especially in the Metro Detroit area, and it was a chain reaction. I mean, Detroit filed bankruptcy, and next thing you know, everybody stops buying homes. And like I said, a lot of their jobs were leaving, and you had a lot of people that were money scared.
What led to the largest municipal bankruptcy in U.S. history? Former state treasurer and former Michigan Speaker of the House, Andy Dillon, says a number of factors are to blame.
If I had to point to the main driving forces, it would be the loss of the middle market manufacturing jobs and then the struggles of the K-12 system. You know, young families living in Detroit didn't, I believe, feel comfortable that they could get their kids an education.
Detroit has definitely seen hard times. In fact, this city, which was built for nearly 2 million residents, now has less than 700,000.
The economy crashed in 08, and that really impacted this community more so than any other community in the United States because the auto industry was so tied into what was happening.
Michael O'Callahan with the city's Convention and Visitors Bureau sees Detroit's bankruptcy as more of a blessing than a curse.
The reality is the city would have never gotten out from underneath that without the bankruptcy and the reorganization. So, you know, from our perspective, it just did amazing things in getting the city back on track.
In 2014, Detroit emerged from bankruptcy, and after 3 straight years of balanced budgets, the state gave financial leadership back to the mayor and city council. O'Callahan credits investors and foundations with helping lead the comeback.
So these folks came in, and in many, many cases, they took buildings that had been shuttered for years and years and years and reinvested in them, and that allowed them the opportunity to bring young people into the city to work and just make remarkable change.
Eckerly also believes divine intervention helped revitalize Motown.
We're going to have to attribute a lot of the comeback to God. A lot of people were praying.
There was a 24-hour prayer, especially in the building where we now sit. 24-hour prayer not on just certain days was released for the city to consider a whole revival mentality. In other words, we can be what we've never been. We can do what we've never done.
And while there's still a lot of work ahead, Dillon believes the people of this city can eventually complete this miracle transformation.
There's a big part of Detroit that has to share in the recovery, and it's starting to, and the mayor is very focused on the neighborhoods. But it's so big, you can't do it overnight. So it's going to be a process.
Mark Martin, CBN News, Detroit.